Mariah Carey's first album came out in 1990, and she quickly became a huge star. All 4 of her first singles went straight to the top of the Billboard Hot 100 chart. During the 1990s, Carey was the most popular singer. Every year of the decade, she had a song that was #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. But with this kind of success can come some criticism. Criticism can sometimes be pretty mean. In the late 1990s, actress Cameron Diaz said some not-so-nice things about Carey's music. Cameron Diaz calls Mariah Carey's music torture. In an interview, Mariah Carey put out her first compilation album in 1998. Even though it came out less than 10 years after her first album, the title was #1s. On the record, Carey's first 13 #1 hits on the Billboard Hot 100 chart were all put together. It was hard to believe that Carey had so many #1 hits in less than a decade. At the time, it was also hard to imagine that Carey would become the solo artist with the most #1 songs on the Billboard Hot 100. In 2008, Carey was able to do this. Elvis Presley's record was broken when her song Touch My Body reached the top of the charts. In 2019, her Christmas song All I Want for Christmas Is You was at the top of the charts for the first time since it came out in 1994. With all of her success, it seems like most people like Carey's music and respect her talent. Most people are not like Cameron Diaz. Carey's first #1 album came out the same year that Diaz said in an interview that she didn't like Carey's music very much. The actress was said to have said, "If you really want to torture me, sit me in a room strapped to a chair and put Mariah Carey's records on." Carey was hurt by what was said, and she wasn't going to give up without a fight. Well, Mariah Carey confronted Cameron Diaz at a restaurant. A year later, Carey told FHM magazine about the time she saw Diaz in a New York restaurant. "People think I'm this little girl next door, and if they say something bad about me, I won't care if I see them again. Wrong. I thought I should take the chance to get some things in order." When Carey talked to the actress, Diaz told her that her words had been twisted. Carey says that she thought it would be best to give her the benefit of the doubt. Even if Diaz didn't like Carey's music, it didn't seem like she had much reason to care. The hit single Rainbow was on Carey's album Heartbreaker, which came out the same year. The song went to #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, making it Carey's 14th #1. Even though her album #1s had only been out for a year, she was already adding to the list. The music video also made news when it became one of the most expensive videos ever made. Carey played 2 roles in the video: herself and Bianca. Carey made Bianca up as a character. She competed with Carey and was his worst enemy. Even though she doesn't say anything in the video, Carey would talk with a British accent if she ever played her. Over the years, Bianca showed up more than once. Carey may have thought of Bianca in part because she had heard comments like Diaz's. The two posed together years after the incident. In 2017, a picture of Diaz and Carey posing together came out. Nicole Richie, who is Diaz's sister-in-law, took a group picture of the 2 stars. Richie put the picture on her Instagram and wrote, "Happy Monday, my lambs," as the caption. We don't know when or where the picture was taken. Carey looks like she is wearing one of the dresses she would wear to her concerts. Was it taken right after one of Carey's concerts? If so, was Diaz there after she called her music torture all those years ago? We might never really know. What we do know is that Diaz's past comments about Carey are far enough in the past that the two can be in the same room. After both critics and fans didn't like glitter, Carey came back in 2005 with the album The Emancipation of Mimi. The single We Belong Together from the album was a huge hit and one of the most popular songs of the year. It was also Carey's 16th #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Carey would also go back to acting. In 2009, she was praised for her role as a social worker in the movie Precious. It's also the time of year for Christmas when Carey becomes the queen of Christmas. Every year, her song All I Want for Christmas Is You, which has become a modern Christmas classic, moves up the charts. It looks like Carey has done a lot and gotten enough praise, no matter what Diaz might think. Next up, we talk about unexpected celebrity feuds we never saw coming. First, Matthew Perry versus Keanu Reeves. Nicki Minaj versus Lotto. Before his memoir came out in November 2022, 2022, the former Friends star made headlines with parts of it that asked why Reeves still walks among us, when actors like River Phoenix and Heath Ledger have died. When people didn't like what Perry said, which was partly because Reeves was close friends with the late Phoenix, Perry said he was sorry. "I actually like Keanu a lot. I just picked a name at random. And that was my mistake," the star of The Whole Nine Yards said in a statement from October 2022. "I apologize. I should have just gone by my own name." In October 2022, there was a fight between the two female rappers on Twitter. Minaj tweeted that she was upset that she wasn't nominated in any rap categories for the Grammys. She said that if her song Super Freaky Girl wasn't nominated, then Lotto's song Big Energy shouldn't be either. Soon after, the Rap Game alum wrote back, "I can't win for losing. I can't even be happy about all these awards and nominations." Later, Lotto said on Twitter that he and Minaj talked privately, but then went back to Twitter to talk about Minaj's subtweets in public. "Since March, I've ignored a lot of subtweets and instead talked to you in direct message. You were asking why I didn't speak up in your defense. I told you the same thing when you asked me why I didn't congratulate you. You're literally older than my mom and trying to pick on me. At Nicki Minaj," she wrote on Twitter. Next, Doja Cat versus Noah Schnapp and Jimmy Kimmel versus Marjorie Taylor Greene. The Grammy winner called out the Stranger Things actor for acting like a borderline snake after Schnapp made her crush on his co-star Joseph Quinn known in her direct messages. "Fair enough, this is like a child. Noah, I don't know how old he is, but he's not even over 21. When you're that young, you mess up and do stupid things. I'm trying very hard to be fair, but the fact that Noah did that, like went and posted a private conversation between me and him, is so socially ignorant and weird," Doja said in a July 2022 Instagram Live. Schnapp didn't answer right away. During an episode of Jimmy Kimmel Live in April 2022 about the nominations for the Supreme Court, the late-night host questioned the far-right politician's views. During a segment on April 5th, he said, "This woman, Klan mom, is especially mad at the 3 Republican senators who said they'll vote yes on Supreme Court nominee Ketanji Brown Jackson." He then joked about the 2022 Oscar scandal. "Will Smith, where are you when you need him?" Greene replied by writing on Twitter that she had told the Capitol Police about this threat of violence against me. "Officer," Kimmel replied to Greene's tweet, "I'd like to report a joke." Lastly, 50 Cent versus Lala Kent, and Randall Emmett and Priyanka Chopra Jonas versus Rosie O'Donnell. 50 Cent called Kent a in April 2019 after she said on Vanderpump Rules that her boyfriend Emmett bought her a Range Rover after the first time they slept together. The diss led to a heated Twitter conversation between the two, during which the rapper told Emmett, a fellow producer on the Starz show Power, that he owed him $1 million. In a February 2022 TikTok video, the former talk show host apologized to the Quantico alum for an awkward restaurant run-in, where she thought Chopra Jonas's dad was the author Deepak Chopra. "I just want to say I'm sorry to her and to everyone who thought what I did was really wrong. Sorry. I mess up sometimes," the comedian said at the time. "I did it at Nobu. I'm sorry, Nick Jonas. I'm also sorry to the Chopra wife." The Baywatch star responded on Instagram stories, telling O'Donnell to take the time to look up her name or reach out directly before apologizing in public. She said in the end, "We all deserve to be respected for who we are as unique people, and we don't want to be called someone or wife, even if it's a sincere apology. If we can learn to respect each other's differences in a real way, the world our children grow up in will be great." Well, that's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Which celebrity feud surprised you the most? Comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Till next time, cheers!